Greetings to you guys. Welcome back to the channel once more. Welcome back. It's been an awesome week and a weekend for us to remember. A weekend for us to remember. For those that still have their team in the FA Cup, for those that are following the La Liga, the Barcelona fans, what an awesome weekend it is, or it was. And I am here again. I still remain your host, Don Boogie Don. And I promise you that today will be a very packed show, packed from football down to the sad story we have about a Nigerian over there in Ghana in the world of boxing, and finally NBA and other news to chip in as we move forward in this show today. So sit tight and I hope you'll be entertained today. So moving on, where do we start from? If not from home, if not from home. As usual, from home, we begin from the Nigerian scene. And from the Nigerian scene, we talk about the MPFL and also the Federation Cup coming up this midweek. Talking about the Federation Cup because over the weekend we didn't have the NPFL games over the weekend. So we'll be looking mostly at the Federation Cup coming up this midweek, and a lot of the NNL boys are gearing up to face the big boys there in the MPFL. So the fixtures, like you have it there for the Federation Cup, as you can see. El Kanemi Warriors. This will be coming up on the 2nd and on the 3rd of April. So El Kanemi Warriors will be taking on Enyimba. This looks like a semi-final or a quarter-final clash, but we are having it already in the round of 32. The round of 32. So Academy Warriors will be playing Enyimba. They will be playing Enyimba there in Abuja. Then Abakaliki FC will take on Katsina United. It will also happen in Abuja. Then Nasarawa United will be taking on Ijele FC. It will be happening there in Enugu. Bayelsa United will take on Basira FC, which will happen in Kaduna. To happen in Kaduna. Wari FC will be taking on Shooting Stars, which will happen in Kaduna. Wiki Tories will take on Rovers FC, which is happening in Lafia. Then Ikorodu City will be taking on Crown FC, which will happen there at Ijebu-Ode. Then Beyond Limits will take on Rivers United. It is happening at Benin City. Mighty Jets will be taking on Aqua United, which is happening at Ayiba. Then on the third, we have Inter Lagos taking on JR Damburan. JR Damburan is also be taking place at the Aniba. Then Lobby Stars will playing Solution FC. Solution FC, for those of us here in Anambra State, we wish Solution FC all the best as they go up against Lobby Stars. This will be happening in Aba. It will be happening in Aba. This feature will be happening on the 2nd. It will be happening on the 2nd. Then Kwara United will take on Gombe. They will take on Gombe in Lafia. Sunshine Stars will take on Plateau United at Aniba. Then Osun United will be taking on Eward Football Club. It will be happening in Benin. Then Bendel Insurance will take on Adamawa United, happening in Lafia. Then finally on our list is Heartland FC taking on Rangers International. This will be happening in Oka. It will be happening at the Township Stadium, Oka, 4 p.m. on 2nd of April. This is also a fixture that looks like a quarterfinal or a semi-final fixture. So we are all gearing up for this all important round of 32 President Federation Cup, which is our equivalent of the English FA Cup. So we are looking forward to see what it look like this weekend and know which teams will be making it to the round of 16. So from there we'll move into the MPFL. And the MPFL, like I said earlier, we didn't have much to talk about the MPFL because we didn't have much games that was played over the weekend. Most of the games, the last set of games, we are played on Wednesday and on Thursday. Like you can see, the results are there. Kwara United defeated Nasarawa United 1 goal to nothing. Kaduna and Kano Pillars drew 0-0 with Bendel Insurance. Sunshine Stars drew 0-0 with Heartland of Owerri. Abia Warriors got a massive win, 2-0 win over Lobi Stars. Then Bayelsa United beating Rivers United 1-0. That was a big loss for Rivers United as they continue to chase the league. Bayelsa with that massive win there. That massive win there on Wednesday. Then on Thursday, Kanemi drew 2-2 with Shooting Stars. Rangers International. Rangers losing at home to Plateau United. They lost at home to Plateau United, which is a very massive win, massive loss for Rangers. Remo Stars are not backing down anytime soon, beating the almighty Enyimba Football Club of Aba 2 goals to nothing. 2 goals to nothing. That was a massive result for Remo Stars. Then Akwa United beating Niger Tornadoes 2-0. Then Ikorodu City and Katsina United game was postponed. So that's the result we have for match day 31, which happened on Wednesday and on Thursday. So what does the table look like? What does the table look like after the game? That's how the table looks like. As you can see, Remo Stars are still topping the league after 30 games. We are in match day 31, but they have played 30 games. So they are topping the league with 60 points, 8 points, 8 points above Rivers United, who are on 52 and have already played 31 games. Then on third is Abia Warriors, 50 points. Shooting Stars on fourth with 47 points. Then from there, we'll move to the bottom clubs. On 17 is Nasarawa United with 36 points. 18, Heartland FC with 35 points. Sunshine Stars on 19 with 34 points. All have played 31 matches. Then last, bottom of the league with just 30 games played is Lobby Stars with 23 points. It looks like done and dusted for Lobby Stars already. It's looking like done and dusted for them. 23 points for Lobby Stars, which is a very, very bad result for them. And I don't know how they will escape that with their current losing form. So that's it for the MPFL. Then for the team of the week, as you can see, the team of the week is up there. So for those following the MPFL, you have to criticize or you have to commend who and who don't you feel should be there and who do you feel should be there. Then in the goalkeeping department, it's John Amma in the goalkeeping department. For defenders, left back Daniel Itodo. Then the central defenders are Ebederebi Endurance and Ahmed Akinyele. Then right back is Stanley Okorom. Then for the midfield, we have Christian Nemeka, Olamilekon Adebayo, Lawal Abayomi, then Kehinde Malik. Then for the attack, we have Sodiq Ibrahim and Sunday Megwo pulling the strings and also the top scorer in the MPF4. So from there, we look at the 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 top scorers list. What does the top scorers list look like after match day 31? After match day 31, our top scorer with 14 goals is Nasarawa United Anas Yusuf. Then Rabiu Ali for Kano Pillars with 11. Then Sunday Megwo with 10 goals for Abia Warriors. Then that's it for the top three. As you can see, the other scorers are there, and we have like 4 players on 7 goals already. So from there, from match results and reviews, we'll move over to the news making the rounds in the MPA4. And the first news we have there is that Rangers International have signed a massive deal. According to the reports, Rangers International FC is excited to announce a strategic partnership with Go Diaspora Football Outreach, a football development organization based in Germany. So this collaboration will help them to train the under 13, under 15, 17, and 19, and also organize boot camps in Nigeria. And it will also help for their networking system. This is a very, very massive deal for Rangers International. We might just be seeing with this kind of deals, we might just be seeing a lot of Nigerians moving to the German league. A lot of Nigerians moving to the German league. Was massive one, and kudos to Amo Biezako. Kudos to him. Also in yesterday, we heard that the general manager of Plateau United handed bags of rice and financial gifts to the camp to the fans of Plateau United as they celebrated the Eid al-Fitr celebration. So massive one from there, from Plateau United, to also remember the fans. Massive one from the general manager, and we thank him for that. Then that is it for us here in Nigeria. Then we'll move over to the boxing. Move over to boxing, and on a very sad note, there is this news that has been making rounds. One of our own boxer who passed away in Ghana. His name is Shegun Olarewaju. He died in a game of boxing bout there in Ghana. He slumped. During the match, and before they could resuscitate him, he was declared dead. And is a very very sad one for Nigerians, and sad one for the boxing world there, and for Africa too. Such a promising young man who has his career just in front of him, and it was a tragic sight to behold for those that have seen the video, for those that watched the game, with the way he slumped, and it was really really sad. So we wish the family of Shegun Olarewaju all the best. We wish them, and we hope that they can bear the loss, and we ask that God be with their family at this important time of their lives. So from there we'll move over to Africa, and in Africa we have news littered everywhere for you. So where do we start from? We'll start from the club football in Africa. We start with club football in Africa, and we start with the CAF Confederations Cup. We start with the CAF Confederations Cup, which is kicking off this midweek, and we are talking about Wednesday games. The quarterfinal will be kicking off this midweek, and for the games we have Stellenbosch FC taking on Zamalek SC. It is happening on Wednesday. Stellenbosch taking on Zamalek. Then Al Masri taking on Simba SC. Then ASEC Mimosa will take on RS Bekane. Then CS Constantine will be taking on USM Alger. Like you all know, the Confederations Cup is the second tier tournament for Africa, just like the Europa League in Europe. Then from there we talk about the big one, the big masquerade, the big tournament itself, the CAF Champions League. And for the CAF Champions League, which is happening this Tuesday, April 1st, Sundown, Melody Sundowns taking on ES Tunis, the first leg, ES Tunis. Al Ali will take on Al Hilal. Then MC Alger will take on Orlando Pirates. Then Pyramids FC will taking on AS FAR of Morocco. So these are the fixtures for club football coming up this midweek for the CAF Champions League and CAF Confederations Cup. You can see on the screen both the first leg and the second leg fixtures over there. Then from there we talk about the under 17 tournament happening right there in Morocco. Yesterday it kicked off in Morocco yesterday. So the under 17, like you all know, is a 16-team tournament. The 13th edition is going down there in Morocco, and sadly, why it's not popular at this part of the continent is because Nigeria didn't make it to that tournament, and is a very very sad one, because as Nigerians, this looked like our birthright. It looked like our tournament, because if you don't make the under 17 AFCON tournament, how then do you get to the under 17 World Cup? And we know how we used to play this under 17 World Cup. Is our heritage. No matter whatever anybody talks, it's our heritage, it's our pride, and we can't even make it to the under 17 AFCON, and it's a very sad one. For the AFCON, we have 16 teams, like you can see on the screen. So we go over to the fixtures and the group, and we know how the teams are split. Like you all know, it started yesterday. Yesterday, the kickoff game was between Morocco and Uganda, and like you see, Morocco wiped Uganda 5 goals to nothing yesterday at the opening game. So today we'll have a lot of fixtures, but we'll go through each group and their fixtures, the group game fixtures. So Group A has Morocco, Uganda, Tanzania, and Zambia. And as you can see, the fixtures are there for you. All the three group fixtures for each team are there for you till Sunday, April 6th. Then for Group B, we have Burkina Faso, Cameroon, South Africa, and Egypt. Then Burkina Faso will be facing Cameroon today. Egypt will be taking on South Africa today, and the other fixtures for the group are there, as you can see. Then we move to Group C. Group C will have Senegal taking on the Gambia, Somalia taking on Tunisia. These ones will come up tomorrow, Tuesday, and you can see the rest of the fixtures are still there on your screen. Then for the Group D, the final group, Mali will be taking on Angola. Then Ivory Coast will be taking on Central African Republic. These ones will be coming up on Tuesday as well, tomorrow. And the other group fixtures, as you can see there on your screen, are there. So that's it for the under 17 AFCON tournament. Then from there, we talk about the under 20 AFCON tournament, which we have finally had a host on the 27th of March 2025. CAF awarded the hosting rights to Egypt. So Egypt will be hosting the under 20 AFCON tournament. And I could see on your, like earlier, we had debates and issue after Ivory Coast came out to say that they can't be able, or they won't be able to host this tournament because of some issues there in Ivory Coast. And since then, CAF have been running around to see if they can get an emergency host, and finally Egypt have stepped up. So CAF has awarded Egypt that hosting right to host the on. So, like I said, CAF has awarded Egypt that hosting right. So the tournament, like has been scheduled earlier, will be starting on 27th of April on a Sunday, and will be ending on the 18th of May 2025. And for you to get the under 17 CAF tournaments currently going on, these are the channels where you can view these tournaments there, according to CAF, the verified channels released by CAF to view these tournaments. Then from there we move over to Europe and talk about the leagues over there in Europe. Where do we start from in Europe? Where do we start from? If not with the FA Cup, we start with the FA Cup and the magic happening in the FA Cup. Talking about the oldest tournament in the world, the English FA Cup. On Saturday, Crystal Palace booked their place at Wembley for the semi-finals after beating Fulham 3 goals to nothing. Then the entertaining match between Brighton and Nottingham Forest. The entertaining penalty kicks that we witnessed. Nottingham Forest beating Brighton 4 goals to 3 on penalties after the game ended 0-0 after extra time. Then yesterday, Sunday, we saw Marcus Rashford turning up for Aston Villa to fire them to Wembley for the semi-finals. They beat Preston North End, ending the dreams and the fairy tales for Preston North End, beating them 3 goals to nothing. Rashford with 2 goals on the day. Then Manchester City came back from one goal down, even with a missed penalty from or rather a saved penalty from Erling Haaland against Kepa Arrizabalaga. So coming down from 1 goal to win 2-1 away at Bournemouth. So they have booked their place for the semi-finals, and the fixtures for the semi-finals, which will be happening on Saturday, and likely Sunday, April 26th and 27th. Crystal Palace taking on Aston Villa, and then Nottingham Forest playing Manchester City. Manchester City. These are the semi-finals fixtures we have for you. So we wish them all the best. We wish them all the best, just like we saw Newcastle. Newcastle going over to win the EFL Cup. Can we witness another outside top 4 or top 6 team going on to win the FA Cup? It's now left for Manchester City. This is Manchester City's title to fight for. And I know that Pep Guardiola will not want to end this season trophyless. He has said it that this FA Cup is what he wants to fight for. So kudos to all the 4 teams and let the best team win. Then from there we look at the stats for the FA Cup. Surprisingly, look at the players we have who are topping the the scorers chart. Josh Maganese, George Maganese, then Ricky Jarry John, and Gassem Al Hadmi. So these are the top scorers. We have the assist there also, which Jack Grealish is topping with 3 assists for the FA Cup. Then from there we move to La Liga. And these are the results over the weekend from La Liga, stretching from Saturday. On Thursday we saw Barcelona beating Osasuna. They beat Osasuna. Then on Saturday, Atletico Madrid drawing away to Espanyol, which dented their title chase. It has delayed them. They have moved down on the table. Then an inspired performance from Kylian Mbappe saw Real Madrid rally back from 2 goals down, two goals from 2-1 to winning 3-2 against Leganés at home at the Santiago Bernabeu. Then yesterday, Barcelona turned on the heat once more. 4-1 against Girona. 4-1 against Girona. Other results are there too. And Real Betis are still continuing from where they stopped before the game. Pellegrini was presented with his award of the best manager, and Isco also with his award as the best player for the past month. So they are not turning down, they are not backing down anytime soon. Then for the scorers list, the race is getting on again. We are beginning to see a Barcelona Real Madrid type of race once more. Lewandowski with 2 goals in the last game on Sunday, moving to 25 goals. Then Kylian Mbappe 2 goals on Saturday, having him steady on 22. Then for the assists, we have Lamine Yamal with 11 assists and Rafinha with 8 assists. So these are the stats there for La Liga. Then for the table, the top 4 already in the table. Barcelona are pulling away 3 points above Real Madrid. They are first already after 29 games with 66 points. Real Madrid with 63 points after 29 games. Atletico after 29 games with 57 points. Athletic Bilbao after 29 games with 53 points. So as you can see, these are the top 10 teams in La Liga. Those are the top 10 teams in La Liga. Then from there, we look at the Serie A. And we would like to pick some few important matches happening at the Serie A. So on Saturday, these are the results. On Saturday, we'll pick just few important matches. Juventus winning their first game under their new coach Itoro, 1-0 over Genoa. I just hope this new manager banks will help them as they are fighting to qualify for the Champions League. Then Roma, with their 7th win on a row, went to Lecce and got 3 points with that 1-0 win. Then yesterday Atlanta sadly lost to Fiorentina, which has further dented their title chase. Then Inter Milan are just trying to strive to see how they can pull to the end, winning 2-1 against Udinese at home. Then the big match for the weekend was Napoli winning over AC Milan 2-1. It also saw a milestone for Romelu Lukaku, who has scored 400 career goals. 400, that's very impressive. Very, very impressive for Romelu Lukaku. Very impressive. Then for the table, This is how the table looks like over there in in Italy. Inter Milan still maintaining the pace with 67 points after 30 games, 3 points above Napoli, who are on 64 points after 30 games. Atlanta further down on 58 points after 30 games. Then Bologna have trampled over Juventus. They have 56 points after 30 games. So you can see the top 10 teams over there in Serie A. Those are the top teams over there in Serie A. So from Serie A, we'll move over to the EPL, where we will preview the games coming up this midweek. The games coming up this midweek for match day 30 in the EPL. So tomorrow we'll have wonderful matches coming up. Tomorrow, 7:45 p.m. West African time, we'll have Arsenal at home taking on Fulham, an injured Fulham from the FA Cup elimination in the quarterfinals. Then Wolves will take on West Ham. Nottingham Forest will gear up against Manchester United. Before the international break, we saw Manchester United on an upward tangential move in terms of positivity. So will it continue against Nottingham Forest, or will Nottingham Forest still strive to make it to the Champions League? It's a fixture to watch out for tomorrow. Tuesday, which is April 1st. Then on April 2nd, on Wednesday, April 2nd, Bournemouth will take on Ipswich Town. Then Brighton and Hove will take on Aston Villa. Manchester City going up against Leicester City. Let's see if this win against Bournemouth has really resurrected Manchester City's season, and also resurrected their bid for the top 4 finishes. It's a very important fixture to look out for. Then Newcastle against Brentford. Southampton taking on Crystal Palace. Then to end the Wednesday games will be Liverpool, the Merseyside derby. Liverpool taking on Everton. It's a Merseyside derby and could also have an impact on the league, on who becomes the winners of the league. Then on Thursday, we just have one fixture, which is a London derby against Chelsea taking on Tottenham. Which will come up on Thursday, April the 3rd. Then talking about EPL, we are into the business end of the EPL. We are in the final round of the EPL. And for me, there are things I would love to talk about. The top 4, the race for the top 4, the race for the league title. And let's look at the weeks or the match days which could decide where each teams could be finishing. Talking about the title race, I believe match day 30, which is now, will also have an impact because Arsenal playing at home to Fulham is a London derby. And you know how London derby ends, and you know how derbies end. Form are not really what counts. On a day, a team who haven't won 5 games can just wake up and beat you on a derby. So it's an important one to watch out for. Liverpool playing Everton is another one to watch out for. Then Chelsea playing Tottenham is another big one to watch out for. Then talking about another match day week, which is match day 35, which will see Arsenal taking on Bournemouth, which is a very sensitive fixture for Arsenal for the league title. Then Liverpool going away to Chelsea. These are the fixtures coming up for May 3rd and 4th. Is a very, very crucial decider for who wins that league. Then Brighton taking on Newcastle is a very crucial one for Newcastle in their top 4 bid. Then from there we talk about match day 36, which you see Liverpool playing at home to Arsenal. For me, I believe this should be the title decider. If by match day 36 the league has not been decided. This fixture on the 10th of May might just be the title decider for Liverpool. And also on that same day, and also on that same match day, is Newcastle against Chelsea. Is another fixture that might decide if Chelsea will make it to the Champions League or not. Another important fixture for them. Then from there, we'll talk about match day 37. Match day 37, Arsenal going up against Newcastle. Another big game for Arsenal. Another big game for Arsenal in challenging for the league title. I believe by then we might have known the winners, or we might just have a rush hour kind of league ending with just 3 points, 2 points, 4 points to go before the league ends. We don't know what happens, but let's see how it goes for by match day 37. We have also Brighton playing at home to Liverpool. It's another big fixture if the league has not been decided by that time of the season. We also have Manchester City against Bournemouth. If the top four has not been decided for Man City, this also looks like a big fixture for Manchester City. Then from there, we'll talk about obviously the last match day, which is match day 38, which normally we expect a lot of goals because it's the end of the season. We have the relegation battle, we have the top four battle. If by that time the title race is not yet decided, we can still have massive fixture. But I believe by before match day 38, we would have had a league winner. So that is it for EPL fixtures and preview over this midweek. Then we'll talk about few news making the rounds. We will start with Arsenal, and Arsenal have appointed Andre Beta as their new sporting director. Since Edu left that role, they have not really been able to fill it, and finally they have signed Andre Beta. He will be the new sporting director. He's an Italian. He arrived last week. He arrived last week from Atletico Madrid. So, and he has a lot of work to do, especially in rebuilding the Arsenal squad, because for me, I believe next season will really decide Arteta's future, whether he is going to be Arsenal manager or not. Most Arsenal fans will tell you that this season is what has decided his career at Arsenal, if he's staying or not. But for me, I would like to give him the benefit of the doubt moving into next season. And then Andrea coming would also see a lot of things to be fixed. For the past 2 seasons, Arsenal have been playing without a really strong center forward, considering the level they are playing and what they intend to do with the chase they have given in the EPL for the EPL title in the last 3 seasons, this one inclusive too. So I just hope that signing this guy will also help them fill a lot of positions which they are meant to fill this coming season. Also on the news is Manchester United's co-owner Sir Jimmy Ratcliffe. He has also been making a lot of the headlines from cutting down wages at Manchester United. Now, his club, Nice, the club he owns, Nice, the head coach has replied him after he said that he doesn't get interested with what happens over there in the French league with Nice, and he was accused of not showing interest in the Nice football, and he said he doesn't find it interesting. But the head coach of Nice, who is Frank Hassie has replied that he believes Ratcliffe doesn't watch Nice game. That's why he was able to make those comments that he made few days ago, and he has said that that him and his team would not like to dwell on what Radcliffe has said, but they will keep on playing to prove their worth in League One. As you know, Nice are placed fourth in League One, and that fourth is the last qualification for the Champions League in League One. They are just 3 points below Monaco, who are second in that same league. So anything could happen with like 9 games to go in Ligue 1. Ligue 1 is in France. And the tricky thing again is that they are fourth and they are 3 points above the 7th place team in that same league. So it's really tricky. Any slip off from Nice could see them fall back to 7th. Any slip off from Monaco and the team in 3rd could see them rise from 4th to 2nd. And the coach is saying, you are coming out to the media to say, it's telling Radcliffe, you are coming out to the media to say you don't like what we are doing. Maybe it has been long you watched our game, because our game this season has really improved. If you watch our games this season, you will see how far we have gone. You see how far we are playing. You see how far we have done this and that, and you see what has really brought us to be fourth on that league. So that's basically what the coach is saying to Radcliffe by replying to that comment he made. So, ladies and gentlemen, that wraps it up for us for football today. So we'll be moving. Okay, football. We still have match results from the MLS for the Messi fans. For the Messi fans, these are just the few results, the most important results we can bring to you, and from there you can see the match results. And obviously, Inter Miami at home beating Philadelphia 2-1. To bring to your notice also that Lionel Messi scored in that game. He scored the second goal for Inter Miami. And on the table for the Eastern Conference, Inter Miami are topping with 13 points, 4 wins and 1 draw, with no loss for them there in MLS. Then for the Cristiano Ronaldo fans, sorry, the Saudi League is on break, so nothing was done in the Saudi League over the weekend, so we couldn't bring the match results for you guys. So we hope that by next week we'll have the results. That's it for football. From there we'll move over to the NBA, the game for the tall guys. And we are talking about the playoffs. This is what the table looks like. For the Eastern Conference, the Cavaliers are already topping. Boston Celtics on second. Knicks on third. Packers are there on fourth. Pistons and Milwaukee Bucks occupy the playoff spots. First 6 occupy the playoff spots for the Eastern Conference there in the USA for the So for the Western Conference, you can also see how they are faring there. The top 6 over there in the Western Conference. Golden State Warriors are a mess already. They are a big mess there. in the Western Conference. And for the playoffs, this is what the playoffs looks like. They play in tournament. For 2025. So for the lovers of NBA, you can decode what is going on. So this is it, ladies and gentlemen. This is where I say goodbye on the show today, and I hope you have been entertained. I still remain your host, Don Boogie Don, and I hope you subscribed and liked this video. Share our message, share this video, so that people can know that we are here to entertain you, just like we are the Don Boogie Don Sportainment TV. We are here to bring the best of football, best of boxing, best of NBA, best of cricket, best of all sports to you, available to you, and also entertainment to you guys. So from here, I say my goodbyes, and I hope to see you again next week as you join us for a very entertaining show. Thank you guys, and God bless you all.